Go.
John, can you place that in there for me? Get this attached to the dromedary bag. And purify a little water so we can save our drinking water that we brought in, what we've got left for packing out today, and we'll use this to make some coffee, help us make our breakfast. Ready? Alright, take it out. Alright. Usually you can pump at least 1 liter a minute with this MSR system. However, since this little area of water we've got here is so full of sediment, we're going to have to clean it periodically while we're pumping. This pump is 2 microns, or 0.2 microns.
Filter?
Yeah. We used it last night for cooking our dinner and getting water for that and making coffee and hot chocolate. And
actually drank right from the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually drank some right from the bag too. Works great. It's the best purification system I've ever had.
See, it's filled up overnight a little bit because we're not getting all the sediment that we
Yeah, I'm going to have to clean it. Tell us a little bit about this little well here, John.
I think this was made years ago by possibly the Army Corps of Engineers. It seems to be an artesian well that they lined with rock so it won't erode as the rainy season washes all the mud around. But as we take water from it in just a few minutes, the underwater water table just refills the little well. So it just never goes dry. But there's minnows swimming in it, a lot of white life. That's always a good sign that the water is clean, or the life wouldn't be in there. You can see how they lined the well with rocks so there's no erosion, and the well stays wet year-round just from the water table.
Now this is a ceramic filter, and I cleaned it with just a regular scouring pad and then rinsed it off. What happens is all the gunk that's in here collects on the outside, and because the little holes in here are so microscopic, they're not going to be able to get through. Just the water will. And so when you're filtering in a situation like this, which is pretty much no better than a ditch, you have to clean this quite often, and it takes a lot longer to filter water. But if you were at a stream or a actual lake or something like that, you wouldn't have to do this quite so much. This filter will be good for probably, a couple hundred liters of water anyways. When I know, I will test it periodically to see if it's still going to be a good system, and I use this little C thing, piece of plastic that comes on the bottom, which is stored on the bottom of the actual filter system, to test to see if it is still in good usable condition. If I was able to get this entire little C over the entire ceramic filter, it'd be time to replace it. Okay, but right now I've got a long ways to go. Thank goodness.
So the filter acts just like the ground does when a freshwater well is made. The ground itself, with all the little pinholes, is what gets all the contaminants out of the water. And the filter works the same way. The pinholes are so small that all the contaminants get trapped. Just like groundwater purges itself.
Alright, let's give it another try.
Without this system, we'd be out of water on the way back on our backpacking trip. This allows us to conserve water for the heavy packing.
This is a dromedary bag. The system will attach to the MSR dromedary bag or any kind of Nalgene bottle, more or less. It doesn't even have to be the Nalgene brand, as we found out. It'll attach to a Coleman knockoff. Alright, ready? Okay.
Taking it out of the water seems to purge all the sand out of the tube. It cleans itself out if you lift it up a little bit as you start. Something that Matt learned from trial and error.
A lot of these things they don't explain in the directions when you buy equipment like this. A lot of it you have to learn from reading on the internet or talking to other, campers, or just for trial and error. This system, this MSR system, is actually used by the U.S. Marine Corps, so it obviously, has to be a pretty reliable system for them to use it in the field. Alright. Alright, needs another cleaning. We found that in this hole we have to do like 2 cleanings to get 1 bag filled. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes.
Why don't you pour a little bit out to show how clear the water is into your hand? Look at the clearness of the water. It looks like it came out of a tap. Crystal clear. Just in a few seconds with the right equipment.
In comparison to this.
That's what it came out of.
You see that? Big difference. Now we'll boil it for extra caution, but really, you don't really need to. You can drink it right now. Nice and cold too. Colder than anything else we've got. But I'll do one more cleaning. I'll finish putting this together, and then I'll show you guys how we're making our coffee this weekend. We're not using a kettle, okay? So you can shut that down.
You want me to empty that bag?
Huh?